listening to Somos Hollywood, a podcast where Latinos in film and TV talk about their recent projects and the ongoing fight for more inclusion in the industry. I mean, we're already here, and we're not going anywhere. So yeah, apúrense. We are ready. We are talented. We are Hollywood. Somos Hollywood.
So congratulations on the film again. Like I said, man, this movie just blew me away. I think I've seen it at least a dozen times in the past 2 or 3 months. Um, it's on repeat over here in my house. I got to meet PT earlier this year. I flew out to LA just for that sole purpose of meeting him at an award ceremony. So I got a chance to talk with him, and so it was pretty cool.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome, man. Yeah, he's super rad, dude.
I bet. So tell me a little bit about before we get into the movie itself. Uh, I'm guessing you were born and raised in El Paso, yes?
Yeah, correct, man. I was born and raised in El Paso. I was born here in 91, so just kind of grew up right as soon as like skateboarding was it kind of died in the 90s and then it was like resurging. So I kind of came into that new like 2000s wave of skateboarding. But yeah, born and raised in El Paso, man.
Are you 34?
34,
Okay,
correct.
cool. And then so when did you start actually skateboarding? Were you like really little? Because I've seen, 5, 6, 7-year-old kids do it, or did you wait until you were a teen?
Yeah, I started when I was 7, man. So it's something that I've been doing for more than half of my life. I grew up skateboarding right here with my folks, like in this general area, which is like close to downtown area. And so
Mm,
I didn't really have any skate parks growing up. So my
right.
skate parks were the streets where like I'd go skate downtown. So it's kind of like a full circle thing where it's like I'm skating in the movie in the streets that I like grew up skating, which is
That's
kind of
all.
surreal, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very cool. So did you? I'm not a skateboarder myself. Does that take a lot of time to learn to how to skateboard and or or does it start off pretty slow and then you start learning the tricks and things like that?
Yeah, so when you start younger, your body's not fully developed, so it does take longer. But I think when you start younger, you develop style because you're
Mm,
just so comfortable around the skateboard. And then as you get older, you develop. So it definitely is, it's better if you start younger because then by the time you're 15, 18, and a little stronger, you start to get really good. But yeah, it's something that takes years and years of time just to even like look comfortable, which
yeah.
is what I think I got casted for, right? Because it wasn't the hardest skateboard trick, but it needed to look good. It needed to be effortless and stylish, you know?
Oh, okay. Was there a specific skateboard trick that they asked you to do? Like, okay, if you're gonna get this role, you need to be able to do ABC.
So the main thing is a sketching scene. So they wanted someone to be able to grab onto a car and
Oh,
give Sensei the direction. So that was like the main thing they were looking for. They need a skateboarder to like be able to grab onto a car, get pulled, and then give direct the line, right? So that was like the main stunt that they needed.
what is the term called? Sketching?
Sketching, yeah, like you're sketching on a car. And it's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
something you do back in the day and you're skating through the city and you like grab onto the bus.
So it's something that you've done before.
Yeah, and I think what made it hard was like my stance is goofy, so I kind of had to grab the car this way when you're normally grabbing it in front of you. So that was like the challenging part of it. Of course, it was like the way the movie was filmed, right? The skaters come this way, the Thunderbirds come in this way with Bob and Sensei. So it's like really timing, pushing, and then connecting with Sensei, like, oh, he's right here. It's time to grab on.
Right, right, yeah. And then that awesome shot, I'm sure, was that you in the silhouettes jumping from rooftop to rooftop?
Yeah, so once they saw the sketching scene and we executed that, that was like the highlight of our night because it was probably one of the hardest things to coordinate with like all the people running, with the cars coming through. After we got that, they were like, these guys are good. Like, let's take them up to the rooftop. And I think that's when Paul started cooking more ideas of like, we need to keep using these guys because they got like parkour skills, right? Like these guys could jump, these guys could run, like they're agile and it looks good, right? Like I think when we were on the rooftop, it was really about like in my head, it was like, okay, if we're Sensei's like neighborhood watch, then we should know a little bit of like karate, right? So that's why when we're running, we're kind of like doing the kicks, like the ninja kicks, and like trying to just jump higher than normal.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have that scene that still shot printed out anywhere hanging on your wall yet?
Yeah, so right now at my apartment, I have so many skateboards, but my parents at home, they have like a whole little mood board with all the stuff that we got in. So yeah, there'll definitely be one in the room soon.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, take me back to when they were casting for extras in this movie. Like, how did you hear about it? And then what prompted you to go and check it out to see if you could be part of it? And did you take your friends right away?
So we have one really close friend that I met when I was 12 years old. His name's Mark Martinez, and he was one of the best skateboarders in El Paso. And he was one of the first guys to really get interested in filming us. And he started buying like the Sony VX2000, always had all these lenses. He was like the first
Mm,
one to really start directing and making skateboard videos. So from that time until now, we really just made a bunch of skate films. He's opened up a skate shop, has a printing company called Desert People. So he was kind of like our main guy that's plugged in with El Paso and the film industry.
cool.
I lived in Los Angeles for 4 years and I studied graphic design.
Hmm.
Uh, my friends there studied cinematography, my buddy Frank Pfeiffer. And so that's when I kind of got like my start in acting. I was like, I would skate and get filmed, and then, hey, I need you to do this in my short film.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, so that's kind of like the experience I got to where when I got a message and Mark was just like, hey, they're looking for skateboarders to be in a movie. I'm like, oh, sounds cool. Like I'm down, it's been a while since I've like acted. And I was like, this sounds cool, something different. And I show up and it's Cassandra. Like, we don't know who she is. She's got her glasses, just like dressed in black, looking super sick. We're like, okay, this is gonna be good. And she just starts directing us right away, like getting us in the zone. Like, hey, there's a riot happening over here. Skate around me and just give me this message. And like, didn't really give us a lot of direction, so we just kind of just went for it. And she was on her iPhone, just filming us. Like, okay, tell me this, and then we would just go on with the line. And it was just kind of like this really like creative 10-15 minute just like, hey, go. And she was acting as sensei, but they didn't tell us anything. She's like, oh, I'm
Right.
from Warner Bros or anything. It was just like we kind of like knew there was a buzz going on in town, but we didn't really know too much. But we got casted on this bridge that's behind the Chihuahua Stadium. And so it was a cool place to like kind of show that we can skate, that we can memorize lines. That day, Luis Trejo showed up, Eli Sembrano,
Mm.
uh, our buddy June Julian. So that's where we kind of like we all knew each other from town, and it was just like, oh, you got the call, you got like we didn't really message each other.
Oh,
It was like,
okay.
yeah, Mark, I think just sent a couple messages around, and then the ones that showed up were like the real ones.
So you came in kind of individually, right? Let me make sure I have it. I had it up right now. Let me see. I want to make sure I don't miss any of the guys' names. All the guys are mentioned in the um, LA Times article. That's them, right?
Yep, that's them.
Okay, cool, cool. I'll keep it to that then. So when did you find out how big this movie was then, and how did you react to that? That it wasn't just a small like independent skateboard movie that you had done before, and what did that feel like when you found out?
Yeah, so I think walking back, so my friend has a store in downtown 1881, and we're walking back, and then we start seeing like the Warner Bros. Trucks. We're like, Warner Bros. And then my friend tells us, he's like, where were you? I was like, we just got casted for this movie. And he's like, oh shit. Like, you know what it's about? And he's like, guess who's here? And he's like, yeah, dude, Benicio, Leo's here. Like, they're doing this movie. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. And so we're like, okay, let's just wait and see what happens. And waited like 2 days and got a message back from Cassandra. And she's just like, hey, like, Paul loves you. Like, Paul loves you guys. Like, you guys are going to have to do this. This is an opportunity you can't pass up. So it was, in a way, very surreal because going back to when I lived in Los Angeles, my buddy Frank, he was just always showing me like PTA films. So
Oh,
they were like
nice.
kind of ingrained in my subconscious. And even a year before we got casted, I was just obsessing over the intro scene of Inherent Vice with
Hmm.
like Joaquin Phoenix coming out, like the single shot coming out of the house, and then the Can song drops, and when like that, like I was just talking about it to my friends, like, hey, have you guys seen Inherent Vice? For like no reason. I was just like an icebreaker. So I think just being such a fan of it, it just made sense where I didn't really have a chance to like fan out and be like, oh my gosh, it's insane. It was just like,
Yeah,
no, this is like meant to be because you're such a fan of his work that somehow like he found you, like he put out his antenna, I was open to it, and I received the message, you know.
that's awesome. That's freaking amazing. What was your favorite PTA movie before One Battle?
Inherent Vice.
Oh, okay,
It
cool.
was just there's just something about the counterculture of it, Joaquin, the music. I think all the single shots in it. Like I think that one I just like got stuck on, you know. And then of course, like after being on set, like I have all the DVDs right here. Like I
Oh,
just started
nice. Yeah, I see that.
obsessing and like studying him even more, you know. And I think like even with skateboarding, when we grew up skateboarding, Alien Workshop is a skateboard company that had this video called Photosynthesis. The last song in the video is Radiohead. So
Mm,
Radiohead is also another band that I've loved my whole life, and then to find out that like the guitarist of Radiohead is making all the music for Paul's movies, I'm just like, wow, like it's just such a small world that like
yeah,
if like that these worlds finally clashed, you know. And I think me being like a local skateboarder with like a local skateboard company, SLF Co, I'm not like a professional skateboarder in the industry. I'm just like I have passion. I love skateboarding. I love my community. I love film. It wasn't like something that I was really looking for. It just kind of like came. It was just God send that, you know,
yeah.
me lo mandó Diosito.
That's awesome. When you were on the set and production was had started, when did you find out that you're going to get a speaking role and how did that come about? Like there's four of you, so like why did you get it? Like do you know how that came up?
So they gave us a script, right? And it was like a small little paragraph. So pretty much Paul just looked at us and whoever kind of said it, and he just looked at me. He's like, "All right, you're saying this," and then he gave me the paragraph, which was like, it was like they fuck shit up at Chicken Licken, raided the high school. There's a car on fire on Stanton Street, and like it was a hefty paragraph. So I was like, okay, like all right, I gotta like say this how they want me to say it, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I got a line, I got something. And the first time we did it with the initial lines, my demeanor was more like if I was scared this was happening, like it's a zombie apocalypse, like, hey, there's shit, it sets this shit on fire, bro. He saw the dailies, and after he saw the dailies, he calls me over, and it's like Paul, Sensei, and Leo. Leo's in the back, just like kind of listening. Sensei's just like thinking, and PTA is like, "Hey, man, we saw the dailies, and it's like." He's like, it's not a zombie apocalypse. He's like, it's a riot, it's a revolution. He's like, you need to be having a good time. He's like, you need to pretend like you're gonna grab a beer from the liquor store and go drink it up on the rooftop. And he's like, you need to say some shit like it's fucking World War III out here, baby. Like he got stoked, and I was like, oh, okay, like I can feel like I can
Yeah.
do this. Right? Like this is more my character. And then I was like, can I add some Spanish to it? And he's like, yeah, let's hear it. What do you got? And I was like, estamos para la chingada. And then Sensei's like, I like that. He's like, because this Spanish that he's speaking is different from the other Spanish that we have in the movie, you know? So it's like more like of the culture of like what more people say, you know? So I think once I added that in there, and then Sensei was like, okay, because it was me and Luis that were sketching. Me and Luis was sketching on the other side of the car.
Oh, okay.
He's like, these guys are like yin and yang, you know. So that was that moment where like, okay, like they dig what we're saying, they dig how we sound, and yeah, it was that moment where you can actually be creative and write with them, which was
Man, that's awesome. You actually got directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. That's not very few people could say that.
yeah, dude. Like it gives me the chills just like thinking
Yeah.
about it right now, and like the way he is too is so like welcoming. It feels like it felt like my buddy Frank or Mark like was filming me, and they're like, "Hey, how about this?" Like, I feel like I could take direction really well, where it's like I could just lock in the emotion that he's feeling
Yeah.
and me to convey, and I could apply it really easily to make it like sound natural, you know.
Awesome. So what about Benicio and Leo? You had interaction with them as well, and a couple of scenes. So what was that like, just overall?
So we were on set 11 days, and the first 2 days they were like sussing us out, like who are these guys, right? But Benicio at first was like really opening, said what's up to us, said hi to us. With Bob, it was really like what's up? Well, like from afar, like what's up? And that was like the first day, and then like second day on set, like what's up, bros? Like they started like opening up to us, and they're like, okay, these guys don't just want like a picture with us, you know what I mean? Like these guys are taking it serious, you know. Like I didn't call him Leo on set. It was like that's Bob, that's Sensei, you know. And then they're in character too, so you don't want to like there's so much like camaraderie when things were being filmed that you can't like laugh. Like if I would
Mm,
have like laughed because something was funny or like smiled at them while they were acting, like I had to be serious. And I think that was like the hardest part because it was so fun being around them and their like charisma, but it was like, okay, you got to lock in. You can't just
yeah.
be kind of too loose, you know. And with Sensei, it was like we're like doing the car scene and everyone's like just like in their zone. I look over to Sensei and he's just in the car and I'm just like, hey, so let me get this straight. When White Rabbit peaks, you want me to throw the radio in the bathtub, like hit him with a line from Fear and Loathing? And he like finished the line and it kind of just like broke the ice right there. And with Sensei, he knows about the Mars Volta, which is like this band from El Paso that's
Yeah, yeah.
inspired Cedric and Omar. um, with Bob, we had like maybe like a one moment where we had like 10-15 minutes with him and we were just like hanging out. We were talking about like all the food spots in town. We gave him like all the recommendations. He was writing it out. We talked about skateboarding. He was telling us how his brother skated and skated with Christian Hosoi. And it was just an honor to like hear these guys like respect us that we're skateboarders. Like they're like, these guys are good. Like these guys are actual skaters. And they're the guys that want to be here, and
Yeah.
it's tough. It's 11 days and you're working 4 p.m. till 6 in the morning, and like you got to take some vacation days at work, like
Yeah. Yeah, that's
someone
what I
at
was going to ask you about. What's your, you don't have to tell me where you work, but what industry do you work in as a job?
So I studied graphic design in LA. So I guess my freelance would be like I'm a graphic designer artist. I don't do work. I just do stuff for my brand and my friends and different like music projects. My main job is I'm a store manager at Zoomies. So we
Okay.
sell skateboards, shoes, and I also got to owe it up to Zoomies. I've been working with the company for 8 years. Very like grassroots company that's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
about connecting with customers. So I think 8 years of like being a leader with my team, selling skateboards too. Like I feel like that's another reason why I got this role was like I sell skateboards on the daily. I talk to all sorts of people to get them involved into skateboarding, to let people know, hey, skateboarding is for everyone. Like it doesn't discriminate. I think that kind of karma that I built, just like my love for skateboarding and getting people into skateboarding for 8 years, I think is something that has helped me out a lot. And with Zoomies, they teach you leadership techniques. They teach
Mm,
you general presentation. Like they make you do certain things that like when I go to work, it is like you're acting because you're like trying to make people laugh. You're just going on with your improvising. You're like shooting jokes left and right. So it's a really cool job that I believe did really put me in the right position to handle this film.
that's very cool. Where did you go to high school? Where did you graduate from?
El Paso High,
El
Viva
Paso
la
High.
High.
And what year was that?
2010.
2010. Okay. And then where did you study at graphic design in California?
The Art Institute in North Hollywood. And that's another trip too. Like Paul's from the Valley.
Right.
So where I lived was kind of around the same area
Oh,
where
cool.
he lived, which is rad.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Was Leo on the was he on the roof with y'all during those shot scenes or
Was, bro.
okay.
And he can run, dude. Like he's on it too. Like that shit was him, dude. Like he would like, and there's even a time too, and like we are trying to get on top of this one wall, right? Where he's like, Vamos, carnalitos. And I was like, do you want me to like put my board out so you could grab it? And he's like, nah. And this dude just like throws himself on it. And I was like, oh, this guy's like sick. Like, like he's like not bullshitting, like
Yeah.
he's about it, which is cool, man. Like he was on the rooftops with us. Like And that was like the coolest thing too, just to like, you know, because in the movie, like we don't really have a line. I think all he tells me is like, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's cool to have that, like, it's almost like you have this line to say, but if you could say it with a look or with something
Oh,
easier, that's really impactful, you
when
know?
you
But
when
yeah,
you ask him to give him the rifle, right? When you ask him
yeah,
to
he's like,
pass
come
away.
on, give me all your shit. He's like, huh?
That's awesome. Cool, man. Let me see if I did have anything else I wanted to ask you about. Um, oh yeah, just the timeliness of this of the themes in some of this film. As a Latino yourself, how incredible do you think that was to have all of this stuff happening in today's society, and then all of a sudden, I mean, they made this movie, what? You made this movie about a year and a half ago,
Yeah,
and
it's
then all of
weird.
a sudden, like it's actually happening in real life. Like, did that seem like surreal to you as well?
I think that's like the beauty of PTA and like the artist that he is, right? To
Mm,
have like some kind of foresight into the future, but also like history repeats itself. And I
yeah,
know he does a lot of research. He knows a lot. He knows he's very well tied into everything. And I think for me, landing this role and being kind of that voice, right, of hope, right, because that's what skateboarding gave me, right? Like it's very easy to get caught up in any other situation, but skateboarding was that way to like lead me out, right? To
yeah,
escape from whatever you're trying to escape. Like skateboarding was that vehicle that got me out of here. And I think the one of the impactful things is that I get like if I'm going around town and someone recognizes me, is they say thank you. Like thank you for being that voice. And also like I think the movie's so intense, right? Like from when Lockjaw comes into his house, it's a
it's
long ride. So
nonstop, nonstop. Yeah,
and I think when I come out, it's kind of that moment where you can just breathe and kind of have like a cosmic giggle, right? Where it's like, yeah, shit's intense, but like we're gonna get through it, you know? So I think for me, that was like the ultimate message, like for the people, for the community was like don't stop, like keep believing, you know, like lock into something, whatever it is for you, find that passion. And I think that's like my message, right, is like find what you enjoy doing and care about it, like love it, right? And that's how skateboarding has always been for me. Like I was very grateful to be brought up in the situation that I was brought up in, right, where like most of my dad's side of the family lives in Mexico. And it's one of those things that out of a lot of my family, I was like the one that got to cross over, right? Like, and that's that shows something. So I was like, okay, I gotta make something happen, and for this to happen is like it's unheard of. Like what?
yeah,
Like Primo's in this movie. It's like why? Because I believed in skateboarding since I was 7. Because like that's who I am, you know. So I think if you have something that you love, care for it and take care of it, right? And in the movie, that's like Bob and his daughter, right? I think with Sensei, it's like him and the community, right? Like he
yeah,
cares about that, so you're going to protect that. So I think when I think about why this happened, it's because of my love for skateboarding and how that really saved my life and gave me purpose. It gave me direction, you know. And I think the speed that skating gives you and the adrenaline that's happening in that movie is what people enjoy, right? They're like, okay, like yeah, it's estamos para la chingada, but you know, we've always been like that, you know, like you know, the end is always near and like whatever, but like if it never, like if you think it's going to end, it's going to end, but if it never begun, then you're just in the moment, you know. So
yeah, definitely.
I
I
think it
never
really,
thought
yeah.
I never thought about this, but you are like the personification of what Sensei always says about ocean waves, right? In that scene, you like calm everybody down for a little bit. Like it's
Yeah.
nonstop ongoing and going, and all of a sudden you're just kind of cruising a little bit.
Yeah, and then it goes into like surfing, right? Where like
Yeah.
surfing is like the ultimate experience. And then being from El Paso, we don't have the ocean. So a lot of my art has always been inspired by the ocean. And
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
you know, so it's funny that that came into play. And I think, yeah, like hang on to the wave and, you know, keep going and it's going to take you there. And being on the wave is like being in tune with God, being in tune with nature, being in tune with the universe and feeling that flow. And I think that's what, you know, I think really resonates with me. And I know with like everything going on right now. And I think what Paul said recently was really good. He's like, I'm a filmmaker, I'm not a politician, and I think that just speaks for itself, right? And even
Mhm.
like the music in the film and all these things, it's very like counterculture. It's very like grassroots. It's
Right,
very
right.
like
Yeah.
movement.
He lets it speak for he lets the work speak for itself, and he doesn't hit you like hard with any kind of like message. Like you just take what you take from it, right? And it's a
Mhm.
powerful message. To, he's and everything that I've seen him talk about this movie, he never gets political at all, which is very smart move, I think, in his part. So I'll make this my last question, but what are you going to be doing Oscar night? Are you going to be watching it, hoping that everything goes your way?
Yeah, shout out to our friends at Bye Bye Dear. They want to have like a party for us in town, and we're gonna all hang out and watch it.
Where's this place?
Bye Bye Dear. It's on like Mesa in Cincinnati, one of the
Okay, is it
bars.
a bar, a restaurant?
Yeah, it's a our friend's bar that my buddy Luis, who is in the movie as well, he has a band. So his band's gonna play. We're gonna have a good old time, and yeah, just give it
That's
up to
awesome.
everyone that was on set. I mean, there's some people that we do got to shout out, like Cassandra for sure, the casting director that put us
Right.
on, PTA, and also Adam Sumner. Like
Yeah.
got to work with a legend, and that's something that for me like gives me the chills because he was sick, like Adam Sumner. You could tell he was like it was hard for him to walk, but he was just on his shit on the walkie talkies. He's like, get the skateboarders over here. Like he was hyped on us, so to work with him and to see him get that recognition
Yeah.
while like being up there, is like wow, because he's looking down at us and he's like super proud of us, and I think like that's the message I have is like do it for Adam. Like this guy believed in us so much that he made it happen for us. He kind of like got Paul and Leo to work together, and then it was just one of those things that you'll never forget people's energy in that sense that like can really touch you like that. And so I'll be thinking about him too as well, right? Like the people
Yeah.
that are helping us up there to get shit going down here.
Definitely, man. Hey, well, I got money on the line for a best picture win, so hopefully that'll happen. Hopefully PT will get his due diligence. He's 0 and
It's
11 right now. This is gonna be
time.
his first one, man. This is
It's
gonna be his
time,
first one. It's
dude. It's
time.
fucking time, dude. He
Time,
just
yeah. I'm glad you say that. But hey, Gil, thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure talking to you. And again, maybe one day we can start the PTA fan club in Texas or something. There you go.
yeah, bro. Right here,
There you
bro.
go. It's awesome.
Yeah, my little boy, Rizzo. You got it, bro.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
I'll show you this one to close it out, bro. This was really cool, man.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. Very
It's the one.
cool. For Gil, the real sensei. That's,
Oh man,
that's awesome. Hey, do you mind if I pull a couple of pictures from your social media to use for the
Oh
article?
yeah, use all that, man. If you need me to send you any originals, I got you too.
Cool. I'll shoot you over an email if I need something a little bit bigger, but thank you. I appreciate it. And
Yeah,
when this comes out in the next week or so, I'll shoot you over a link.
awesome, man. Yeah, and then add me as a collaborator, and we'll post it and we'll
Very
share it, man.
cool. Awesome, man. What's your dog's name?
Rizzo, this is Rizzo
Rizzo.
right
Oh, it
here.
looks
Little
right?
cholo.
He looks like a Rizzo.
Yeah, right.
I got a fat pug in the backyard right
This is
now.
chilling, huh?
All
But
right,
yeah, man,
brother.
if you come down to El Paso, man, you got a
Yeah,
home here, bro. I got an extra bedroom, dude.
cool, man. Appreciate it. All right, primo. We'll talk
Hey,
soon.
primo, estamos, bro.
All right. See you later,
Yeah,
bro. Bye.
chido.